Hello parents. You recently received a letter from the school district outlining some updates and changes that we're going to be making to our safety and security protocols in our buildings. We've taken some time over the summer to review, just take a look at more closely some of our safeties and procedures as it relates especially to the beginning and the end of the day at our buildings. Certainly after the Sandy Hook incident last year in Connecticut, school districts across the world took pause and to review those safety and security procedures and make sure in cooperation with local law enforcement that we were doing all that we could relative to taking the necessary steps to making sure our students were kept safe and secure. I can tell you from Lapeer Community Schools district perspective, we take the safety and security of your students very, very seriously. It's our #1 priority. And I spent personal time last year with our principals and support staff going through and reviewing every single building's procedures, actually walking the hallways with each of our principals to have conversations about what are the things that we do very well and what are the things that require some significant improvements. And I can tell you that after that review and after many discussions this summer, what you saw in the letter that we recently released is an outline of both physical and behavioral adjustments and changes we've made to our district practices. Essentially, there are two types of threats that school districts and entities of our size have to deal with, both internal and external threats. So we did things to both our physical plants at our buildings relative to construction and security doors and buzzer systems and GPS for our buses and emergency access exit systems for our buildings, things of that nature that we've both implemented and will continue to implement throughout the course of the school year. But we've also had to address the area of behavior of both our parents and students, but also of our faculty and staff. And this is the area where I'm asking for you as the leader of our school district for a great deal of cooperation. For example, in the mornings at our elementary buildings when we drop our youngsters off, it's been common practice for a number of years for parents or neighbors or babysitters or grandmas and grandpas or whomever transported the youngster that day to school to go into the school building and to spend a little additional time with their son or daughter. While certainly a welcoming environment for parents in that regard, it's quite chaotic and difficult to manage from the school district perspective. So we're simply asking that after the first week of school, as we get our young people acclimated to their new environment, that student drop-off in the morning and pick up in the afternoon happen outside the school walls. This will allow us to more easily monitor what adults are in the building at any given time of the day, and to also make sure that our youngsters are safely delivered and picked up from school. This by no means changes any of our normal practices relative to your volunteerism in our schools, whether it be in the lunchroom, the hallways, or the classrooms. We want to continue to encourage you to come to our schools simply by indicating that you're there and following our normal protocols for building sign-in, and you're encouraged to do so. We're going to have some school district personnel on site the first week of school to help talk with parents and families about these changes, but ultimately understand that although major as they may seem at first, they are just some simple minor adjustments that we know can secure our buildings from beginning to the end of the day. And certainly, our commitment to you is unchanged relative to being a welcoming community school environment where parents and families are encouraged to be a part of their students' daily lives here in Lapeer Schools. With your cooperation, your continued support, I feel that these physical and behavioral adjustments are going to make Lapeer Community Schools that much safer for our students. And what I don't want to do as a school district and community is wait for a tragedy as unfortunate as Sandy Hook for us to really work together in this area. I think as unfortunate as that incident was, it helped us take a sharper and longer look at what we're doing here in Lapeer. And I think the changes that we're recommending are going to be those that are for the positive and for the better. So please enjoy the rest of your summer with your youngsters, and we look forward to seeing you in the fall. Thank you.